Not looking the best now, but it was kind of the idea. Well, not much we could do about it right this moment. We could always design it out a little bit better. It's unfortunate that that doesn't look as great as I thought it was going to be, but not a big deal, I think. All right, so we just gotta square these out a little bit too. Okay, so the bottom here kind of makes it look like an afterthought, which is the problem. Not the biggest problem in the world, but I think if we add a few more designs pieces, we should be okay. All right, so here, not much we can do about it. I mean, we can continue with the same design things we have going, or we just leave it as is for now. I think we leave it as for now. And this is where we have the opportunity to plug in kind of more side thrusts. So do we want large thrusting for side thrust? If we do that, I do see where we can kind of do it and still make it work pretty nicely. So maybe we should do it then. Yeah, we could make it kind of like a wing-like thing to do this. And we're gonna enlist the beam blocks once again for this, and we should be able to fit it like sideways from here, I think. Let's see. Yeah, something like that on a wing thing. Yeah, I think that'll work. So this is where we're gonna build out that kind of cage-like thing. Or wing, let's just say. So we can use a full beam block, such as that, and we could stretch it out even more if we really wanted to. So it can look like this. Yeah, let's just do that. There we go. And we will use regular beam blocks to stretch it out just a tad. Like so. Okay. Maybe we don't. No, maybe we use not that type. All right, so we're gonna do it kind of like that, I think. And where we're gonna plug this thrust is gonna be right over here. I was thinking maybe one more. Actually, no. This works out pretty well. Put one there. And one here. And of course, we're going to recolor that really quickly to match the other thrusters. But for now, we'll leave it as is. And we could end up putting the final touches on it, like so. So it carries it out from the side. So this is not looking too bad. And what else can we do here? Design purposes, we could probably use this block. Yep, we could use this. Make like it more supported. Or a spine piece to it. Yeah, that could work. Okay, we just got to figure out the rest from here. Unfortunately, we used the large blocks here. So, gotta wrap it on this side too. So obviously this side we could easily do the half blocks since it's a little bit closer to the cockpit. So we're gonna end up doing that. But how is it going to look? So if we can we just connect it all the way straight through and through? We could. Okay. Do we want to do that, or do we want to use this here against the window? That could work. Yeah, that could work. And then from here, we could wrap it, but instead of wrapping it, I'm thinking we're just going to do it this way. Just the edge piece to it. Like so. And we should be good. I mean, we could put a beam block right here. I think we should, actually. We could put a beam block right here and here to square it off. And we should be good to go. Okay, before we go crazy with that, how's that looking? It's not looking that great. This front side looks great, but then when we get to the back, it's extended a little too wide or long. And it's not looking too good. The side thrusting, it's adding extra wings like that doesn't make it look great either. So we gotta adjust somehow. I think we probably have to stick with the smaller version. Now, I don't mind leaving that piece in the back here to make it look decent, but we do need to add the side thrust. So the side thrust, that's the biggest problem. We always have problem with side thrust, as always. I can never design it well with side thrust, but I think for the most part, small versions would probably look better, and we could probably hide it within here. I think. Yeah, I think we could do that. We can use beam blocks or just regular blocks. Maybe just go with the beam blocks. And basically do it like this. Let's see here. We'll do that. Okay. So we can add in the half blocks here. And actually, I'm going too far with this, so let's just not do that. Here, we can add a whole bunch of them. And we can do the same thing on this side. Alright, so there's a good grouping of side thrusters right over there. So we have 7 up here, which isn't too bad. 7 plus the 6 here, so we have a total of 13. That should work out okay. Yeah, and that's a little bit better and more compact than having it as a wing in the back. So it does add a little bit of design aspects to it, but nothing too crazy. As you can see, I think it's gonna work. Okay, so here we can do half blocks as well, so we can design it and test this thing relatively soon. We can put some stuff in between here too if we ever wanted to. Right now I'm just gonna put some beam blocks for now. All right, there we go. So we got our design up top, or spine on top here, all fixed up. And we have a bunch of thrusters to weld up. I still got to fix the other side up too with it. And I think we're good to go. The bottom, we probably don't need to touch because we're never going to really... Actually, we'll fly this up a little bit and put some blocks down here too to make that look good. And we should be okay. So yeah, let me put on the rest here. So add the 7 on the right hand side. All right, so we are all set, and too bad it's nighttime, but we put a little bit of spine on the bottom. Should have finished this one off too, actually. Just to give it some more support, just in case I end up crashing. There we go. So then we just gotta add our finishing touches, and that includes stuff like lights and everything like that. So I think we could add some lights down here if we want to. We don't have to put up here. Probably better to put up there, to be honest, but I think we could throw in some spotlights right down here on the bottom, which will look good and not too crazy. So right over here, we can do that. 1, 2. There you go. Got some lights so we can see. Right down the bottom. We could add some lights here if we really, really want to. We could use corner lights. We could use the panels. We could use a whole slew of different things, to be honest. Interior, which wouldn't look great. But maybe a corner light such as this would do. Oh, these inset lights. I should have used some of these blocks, actually. This would have been nice to use as well. Huh. I forgot you can actually plug these in a small grid also. So I could have used something like that for the bottom. Get a nice little thing going. Underlight going, I think it's called. Whatever it's called. But yeah, we didn't do that. So we're going to leave it like so. But there's opportunities to put like offset lights, I think, back here. Yep, right there. And right here. And I realized I covered up my reactor. I should have it exposed right here, so I can get into it. So we can keep with the beam block right over here. It's not a big deal. And potentially I could have just plugged in 2 instead of 1 to make sure we have enough power. But I think that should be okay. So do we have enough uranium? We don't have much left. I think we're going to put in the rest that we have on here so that we can use this guy to move around a lot. We do need to grab some ice as well for our O2 H2 generator. And that's more for like emergencies. So we probably don't need too much. We'll just grab about a K worth. Just grabbed a little bit over a K worth. But just throw in a K in here. This way we could easily recharge our bottles and everything like that as we're traveling around. I think I'm going to leave the connector here. Bottom connector. Should be okay. Not kind of liking how that just sticks out like that. Not much we could do about it though. It's alright. We just throw this here. Of course, we could add a whole bunch more finishing touches on here, but I think we have more than enough of what we can use. It's got a nice beam block skeleton. We have a lot of side thrusting, so hopefully it's more than enough. I haven't tested it out just yet. Looks like we have 5 hours of battery, which is good. We could design this out a little bit more in the front and where the cockpit is. Looks like I didn't do something on one side versus the other, which is this right here. So let's add that if we can. All right, there we go. And we want to go a little bit further. I don't mind doing this. There we go. All right, so we got that all situated. We could even throw in some of these corner ones right here and also on the other side, just to make that look a little bit better, because it does look a bit odd just having it there. There we go. And we have our new cargo ship. Definitely the front looks better than the back. The back kind of seems like a bit of an afterthought in a way, but I don't know how I would have made this a little bit better. Maybe it made it closer to closer to the cargoes potentially, but not too bad. It should be more than enough thrusters to push us left to right. Yeah, I like that. Up and down. Well, we only have up. Forward and backwards should be pretty decent as well and have good stopping power. And I think we're good. I think we have, if we fill this thing up, we might actually be okay as well. Let me throw in our usual stuff here. Switch lock here. We could do our batteries for auto charging, for recharging. And our thrusters, we just grouped all thrusters all together right just before. But we do need to change that up because our backwards thrust would be our brakes. This is the gas. And our backwards is brakes. Okay, so there we go. So maybe we need to add more large thrusters forwards and backwards. I think that might be an issue there. And actually I'm gonna change the groupings because I don't want it to be the same name as everything else, and that's gonna end up mismatching and then closing the wrong stuff. There we go. So we can get rid of these two here. Okay, perfect. So now we have a fairly useful cargo ship. I really like the... Yeah, I like it from this angle. But this angle, not so much. But, it is what it is. You could probably figure it out and get it cleaned up and make it look a little bit better later down the line. But for now, the usefulness of this, although we did deviate a little bit from our plans of making tens of millions of space credits, we ended up playing around with this thing here instead. All right, so let's lock in really quick and start moving some cargo stuff around because we have a lot of acquisitions to fulfill, and that's what's going to give us a lot of money for now, which was kind of part of what we were doing. But yeah, we deviated a lot just to make this ship here so we can carry things around. But I do want to know how much stuff we can carry, so let's find out the hard way. Okay, so semicolon should tell us our missions. All right, so we have a whole bunch of acquisitions starting from here. Bulletproof glass 356, computer 620, metal grids 152, and so forth. All right, so honestly, I just plugged and played it on a spreadsheet to give us the totals because we do have mismatching ones or similar ones, like the metal grids 152 versus 893 here. So that's a lot. 1045. So I can easily see it in my spreadsheet there. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna try to grab as much as we can. We probably don't have all of it, so we gotta make some as well, which is gonna be a pain in the butt because then we have to travel back and forth eventually to get this all done. So let's grab what we can for now. Looks like metal grids is something we just don't even have made a lot of because I think we just used a whole bunch of it as well. So I'm going to queue up that as well. Let's just do the ingots first. So ingots, where's all my ingots anyways? There's probably... Alright, there's some here and some here. So I need the ingots first. So hopefully when I throw it in here, it's not going to go away. So I need like cobalt is 465, which not too bad. 465. Nickel, we need 20. Okay, I don't know why I grabbed that. So scratch that. All right, so we need glass. Do we have enough glass? We do. 356. 620 computers, which we don't have 620 computers, so we're gonna make more. What else is there? Radio components, we need 12. We have them here. Construction components, 1083. Perfect. Solar cells, I picked up a really cheap one, 28. Display 289. we don't have 289 displays. So we're just gonna queue that up as well. Steel plates at 556 and canvas at 27. Small steel tubes 756. Do we have? Yes, we do. 756 motors, 396 motors. We have. Ooh, perfect. 396. We should probably queue up a bunch more motors just in case. And interior plates, we should have a whole bunch. We do. Or 60. Okay. So that should fulfill most of our current acquisitions. We're just pending a few more things such as these. And should be good to go. So metal grids, which we need tons and tons of. We can't even carry that many anymore. Ooh. That's gonna be tight to carry all that metal grids. I mean, we could fulfill the harder one, 893 hopefully. I would hope I can fulfill that one first. Well, 1045 is my total that I need, which is the problem. Might not make it. I think 893 is still pushing it as well. I'm actually surprised I can make that much. Alright, so we're off just by 4 right over here. So we can always tag in 4 right over here instead. So that kind of works out. That's interesting. One large cargo can only carry 1041. Good to know, I guess. Alright, so we need computers. And hopefully we can store it. We need 620 of these. We do still have the connector as some space, but not too much space. But let's hope that's more than enough. But this is going to be a good test because it's going to fill up the cargo and see how that kind of goes. All right, so let me go inside. Actually, going inside doesn't even do anything. Let me stay here, actually, and eat. Because we are running out of water in that sense. Oh, wow. My sleep is pretty low, too. Interesting. Okay. All right, so computers, I think we have enough of, hopefully, by now. We needed 620, almost there, right there, 620, that's good enough. Grab all that, and we could throw back 9 just to save space, because we are at the brink of being too full here. All right, let's move that down the line. Displays, we need 289, and then 27 canvas, and then we're good to go. Okay, so we are pretty much out of space to get what we need. So we're gonna have to do it with the personnel or myself. Okay, so my inventory is not really filled, so we should be fine. So we needed displays, 289, and we needed 27 canvas, and I think we should be good from there. So I'll just put it in I'll carry it myself, basically. Okay, I think we're good, right? Yeah, we're pretty full on everything. We still have some room, not a lot. This should fill all our acquisitions. So let's just test that out. All right, so we can unlock, fly up, and that's looking pretty good. This thing is pretty heavy. Look at down there. 107,000 is the weight there. Huh. Let's see if we could back it up. Okay, that's not too bad backing it up. Left and right. Ooh. For once, my left and right is actually pretty good. For something so heavy. All right, let's turn back our waypoints and head over to the economy base. And I feel like we do need more forward thrust and backward thrust, but it's still decent. It's just not as fast as I want it to be in terms of picking up the speed. But another test is when I put on the backward thrust to stop it, or the quote-unquote brakes. So let's just see what that's gonna look like. And with the two gyroscopes, easy to tilt it left and right. So that's a good thing. All right, let's turn the brakes on. See if it's gonna slow down in time. Okay, it's not too bad, but it's not immediately either. So about a K away, I think it was 800 meters. Well, actually 500 meters could have done it without breaking anything. And of course I could have just dumped this thing into okay, here's a problem I'm gonna have here. I need another connector because I already connected on here from that thing. So that's gonna be somewhat interesting. I could try to connect it here, or I should just connect it to the base, to be honest. But it's gonna steal my cobalt and nickel, maybe. Actually, no, I have nothing producing that stuff, so it should be fine. But let's see if I could just do this really quickly for now. If it works, that'll be great. If not, we're gonna have a problem here. Ooh, ooh. Okay, I don't like how it rubber band me that way when it was trying to connect on there, but it was close. Okay, I need to get my hands on my keys here. Okay, I'm connected. Not the best thing to do, but it's there. It's on in a really, really awkward way, but it's gonna work for what I needed to do right this moment, and that is to just finish up all my acquisitions. All right, let's just finish these. These are all on my ship, so it's gonna be a small grade. I didn't even name it. I was thinking of naming it the Golden Retriever, but that's just ridiculous. But we'll figure out a name later down the line. But let's just get all these acquisitions done and make our money. All right, so that's pretty much all the contracts as you see here, and we are now close to the 10 million mark as we were aiming for. I guess it would be a good idea just to grab all of them. Well, maybe not all of them, like the bigger ones that we want, that we can make tons of money on, like these metal grids. And then eventually come back and keep grabbing them so we could just load up a large number of the more expensive stuff here. Looks like gold ingots. 245 to make 5.4. Do we have gold ingots here? We do. What was that number? 245. 245, 5.5. So that doesn't really make us much money whatsoever. But sure. 5.5 versus 5.4. Actually, no, I lost money on this one. Huh. Interesting. Not good. I lost 1,000 basically doing that. Okay, I don't know why I did that so quickly without checking. 245, yeah. I lost money on it before, unless I typed something wrong. But looks like I lost money. Whatever. Well, we have 7 million. We should have bought ingots, convert, and blah blah. That would work a little bit better in terms of that, but it's okay. We lost minimal amount. That was just me being ridiculous and just moving around too fast on that. Okay, what else can we sell for a large amount? Superconductors. Superconductors could come later, but it is something we do need to have eventually. And then you just buy, I don't want to buy too much, but maybe about a K of gold for now. And K of gold ore is pretty cheap. Yeah, very cheap actually. It's $500,000 to buy all the ores, so I'm just gonna do that. 109 iron ore, we're buying that. And I think that should be it, right? Uranium we could buy. Well, we can't buy that much. Well, ores, maybe. Can we buy all the... yeah, we could buy all the ores. Alright, we're gonna refine that. To our heart's content here. Magnesium powder. That's still pretty expensive. Alright. So, we didn't reach our goal, but we're pretty much getting there. So, looks like... Alright, it looks like we're no longer connected on the base right now, so I can't go in and sell stuff. It should come up relatively quickly. It may have been the timer right now that's up. That's the ship. That's not. So once the timer comes back up, it should lock back in. I think it's 15 minutes and then should be able to lock back in after a few seconds, really. Surprised that it's not up and running yet just yet. So what happened? No, it's in there. What happened? Why am I not able to see anything? Okay, so we need to produce more of these stuff so we can... Oh, that's why. It all ended up in my inventory because I didn't send it into this here. So, but I'm surprised I can see what I can sell. That's the biggest problem. Or is it because that one right here is superseding that one right now? Because it's attached to it. And that ship's going to fall eventually if I don't take it out. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that ship is superseding the other connection. So let's just remove this thing off of it before it actually falls down as well. Okay, I think we're good here. And we could just land this guy right over here. Yes, I just crashed it. But it's not going to cause any damage. All right, so we have nothing in here, which is great. That's perfect. We'll keep the canvas there for emergencies, I guess. I don't know. And continue to make some more money. And hopefully we can make that 10 million mark goal, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So now I can sell. All right, here we go. So here we can sell the large. Yeah, so that kind of superseded it for some reason. Or was I just looking at it incorrectly? I might have just been looking at it incorrectly. All right, so we have... Okay, we can sell all steel tubes, so we're going to do that. All steel plates. And that's about it. There's some construction components to sell, but even though we don't have everything, we're not going to make that mark. Okay, so we're off by a bit. Ain't too bad. But good news is that we did make a decent chunk of money. So we're 6.4 million rich in space credits. And we have a nice large cargo ship. So that is going to work out pretty well. So we can always come back and collect all the acquisitions and then use that to fly around. So the next thing to do, obviously, since we have such a large cargo container now, we could easily attack a base, gather what we need to gather, and drive it all back without any issues. We loaded this thing up pretty heavily, and not much of an issue. So that's a good thing. All right, the next thing that we definitely need to do for the trading station, almost at that outside of the safety mark. And my dampeners are off, that's why. So we definitely need to add a connector somewhere. And we can add it right out here, I think. Yeah, we could. I don't think we have the mats right now to do it. But eventually, if I don't crash this thing. But might make this thing look good is actually some landing gears in the back. But it might be burned by this thing. So it needs to be out here. Alright, we might do that. Anyways, little off topic. But yeah, we just put a landing gear or a landing port right over here connecting. And we should be okay from there. I'm inclined to put a block here if I can. Right there. Okay, yeah, we could definitely make a heliport kind of style thing here for the bottom connectors, and we could make it right over here. So we could do a whole bunch of pipings this way. But I think that's going to be for the next one. For now, we had a successful cargo containing ship. And I honestly, I do like the look of it from the front. But the rear, it's got some issues. And I think what's going to solve that is to build out a nice lengthy thing coming from somewhere around here out up to past the thruster, right? Past this one block past this, and putting landing gears. That might make it look decent, I think. But for now, temporarily, this is our golden retriever, which is, you know, our cargo ship that's going to retrieve a bunch of stuff, and it's in the yellow gold light color. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of this build out. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.